that has been secured for this meeting. So let me welcome everyone, and let me specifically welcome Dr. Adaju, the CEO of Consistent Energy and Solar Direct. I can safely say Solar Direct Africa. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Pastor. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, we have been looking forward to this meeting. You met myself and Jonathan John once. Sorry. Let me do a quick introduction. I did let us know that we are on the verge of a revolution, and the revolution is about bringing an end to what I could call suffering in the land. Suffering in terms of lack of power, and we all know the importance of power to development, and particularly our nation. This solution is being introduced in a different dimension, different from what we might have heard about, some of the ones that we have seen, and we are introducing us to it with a view to being part of this revolution, but also making substantial income by God's grace. You know, in those days when we used to play football as kids, we were talking about work and eat. And this is a kind of work and eat. And I trust God that as this is explained to us, we will be patient, listen and learn, and of course, be ready to work and eat. I do not want to say more than this. Let me invite Dr. Segun Adaju, who is going to do the real talking. And we have specifically requested for this training so that we can all have a better understanding of what it involves and trust God to help us in this regard. So welcome everybody, and welcome, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Maybe I just show my face very briefly. I'm at home, so I look informal. Please bear with me. All right. So let's jump into the program. Let me share my slides, and then we'll take it off from there. Please let me know when you can see my slide. Are you able to see my slide now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So my name is Segun Adaju. I'm popularly called the Chief Energizing Officer of Consistent Energy, and we drive what we call the Solar Direct brand. Solar Direct is basically, you know, giving you solar and taking away some polluting technologies like generators. I mean, we hate generators passionately. And how did it come about? Of course, you know that Africa has the lowest energy access in all the continents. And Nigeria is one of the worst that have energy access. I can't be explaining to you guys anymore. You're aware. I'm sure some of us where we are now is either there is no power from the grid, or we are using generator, or lucky guys like me, we're using solar. That's the reason why we're trying to introduce this to you. So I'm a former banker. Any question?
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Oga.
Oh, thank God I'm on now. This is Olayinka.
Yes, so we're already in the session. Maybe just mute yourself and listen, and after that, you can ask questions.
No problem at all. No problem.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was seated in a conference sometime while I was in banking many years ago. I think it was in the UK. And one white guy, so let me use that word, just flashed this picture across the screen. It was an investment forum. And he asked many of us in the room, there were a few Black people in the room, and he says, do you know why your continent is called the Black continent? So I would say, is it not because my skin is black or whatever? He says, no. That is because majority of Africans sleep at night in darkness. That's why we're referred to as the dark continent. I mean, that hit me very badly. And I made up my mind that day that I will be part of the change that will stop this kind of guy to call our continent the dark continent, just because we don't have access to electricity. So I left banking. Sometime in 2006, I went into microfinance, and then I stumbled on energy access around 2011, 2012. I mean, very long story, but cut it short. And I started a company called Blue Ocean Energy, and basically is to distribute solar lantern. I'll show you some pictures of how it started. So I hated, and I still hate, kerosene lantern, because I used it for many years while I was in secondary school, St. Augustine's College, Kaba, Kogi State. And every evening you go for prep, and you must come with a kerosene lantern. So every day you have, I hated it badly. So I started by saying, look, how can I start, displacing this thing that I hate so passionately? And I started with getting a solar lantern, going home to my village, and doing an exchange with my mother, 26th of November, 2012, precisely. And of course, long and short of it is what I'm doing today. So our company, our vision is to displace kerosene. Basically, I call it to displace I Better Pass My Neighbor. I'm sure many of us will know this stereotype called I Better Pass My Neighbor. I also hate it badly. Why? Because it's killed so many people in Nigeria. I hope you're aware. All right. So the problem I saw was that half of Nigeria, no energy access. And the half that is connected to national, you say no access, means they are not connected to national grid. Are you aware there are places in those states that the national grid is not there? Now, this is different from people who have grid, all those transmission lines passing through their community and they are connected. Meanwhile, the other half that is connected don't even have average of 4 hours per day. So Nigeria is very bad in energy access. I also find out that small businesses are even worse hit. So you know that if you're a guy or you're a lady and you are going to a salon, either barbing salon or a hair dryer, I don't know what it's called. One of the comforts you get is that this guy must have a generator, otherwise I cannot use it. Because if your hair is made halfway and there's power outage and he doesn't have a generator, you won't like it. So small businesses spend over 40% of all their expenditure just to buy fuel. I also thought that was not too good. So I started walking around my community. There's this guy I started with, the mobile phone charger. You can see this generator by side. I Better Pass My Neighbor. I pass through Alade Market in Lagos. I see this kind of things, generators gathered in one place. So I just saw problems. However, for an entrepreneur, which I also believe all of us here, we have that DNA. When everybody is shouting there's a problem, you are thinking of the solution and how you can take advantage of that opportunity. So when people are shouting, oh, there's a problem, Nigeria is not good, I'm thinking, where is the room for business in what everybody is talking about. That has driven my life for many years. So SMEs, they employ more people in Nigeria, yet they don't contribute up to half of the GDP. And the major reason is they don't have energy. So we find out that average, most SMEs use generators for more than 6 to 10 hours every day because there's no power supply. And the kind of money we spend to fuel generators, you cannot imagine it. Last year, I think it was a report of 2020 by CBN says Nigeria spent $15 billion to fuel generator every year, just generator. Multiply $15 billion by 600 naira. That gives you an idea. So I also went further to find out that it's not as if the technologies are not available, but there are some reasons why people are not adopting it. Number one, people don't believe that it works. So many of us here might still be doubting that solar. Does solar work? I'm telling you where I am now. It's powered by solar in the last 10 years. And I don't go out of energy. As I'm speaking to you now, I'm using my backup power that's generated in the afternoon, stored in a battery, and it will last me all through the night. Till the next morning when the sun comes up. That's how I've been running for 10 years. No generator. So people believe that it doesn't work. But most of the constraint that people have now is that they don't have that capital to buy that solution at once. So we brought our experience in banking into that space. So I'm an economist, a former banker. I'm now an engineer. But by the grace of God, I'm the president of the Industrial Association in Nigeria and also recently in West Africa. So I oversee about 19 countries. An economist dominating in the space of engineers because you have a business sense. Because I took a decision that some of you are likely going to take this evening. So we introduced financing to it to say, how can we create, how can we make it affordable? I did an analysis then with a barber, actually my barber. And I found out that he was spending more money to fuel his generator than the cost of acquiring solar. How did it happen? So we found out that he bought the better past my neighbor there for about 10, 12,000 naira. Today is about 30, 35,000 naira. And he was buying fuel 5 liters every day. Then a liter was now up to 162. Let's use today's numbers. If you can get fuel at 162 today, I don't know how much they're saying in Akure now. In Lagos, it's also high because of the scarcity. But let me use 165. 165 naira times 5 liters. That's 825 naira per day. You will buy engine oil 100 naira for 5 liters. That's plus 100. That's about 925. He spends, Okada and the rest, about 1,000 naira every day. If you assume that the guy works for 6 days a week or 5 days, let me use 5 days a week. But a barber works 7 days a week, right? Let me use 5 days a week. So 5 times 52, that's 260 times 1,000 naira. That's 260,000 naira. We're not talk of maintenance, the cost of the generator. So averagely, you find that this guy spent about 300K every year to fuel the generator. He didn't believe when we did the mathematics for him. All right. Now I brought a technology that said it costs average of $1,000. Then it was 365. But let me use 600 now. So that means this guy spends about 300K every year. And I understand the generator does not last forever. Maximum 1 or 2 years, you have to buy another one. So I did the numbers and I showed it very clearly that the cost of fueling his generator over 2.5 years is enough to buy that solar. But the problem is that he doesn't have $1,000 right now. So what did we do? We created a financing model, learning from our banking experience, and then we allowed them to be paying 5,000 naira every week. Now remember that he was spending 7K every week. So immediate value proposition, I will reduce your cost. Just give me out of that 7,000 you're spending and give it to me for over 2 years. And then you can own the system. The first guy we started with opened 3 additional shops because he was able to make savings from not using the generator. At the time, we even took him to Aso Rock. I'll look for the picture. I think I should start sharing that picture. He was invited by the acting president then, Osinbajo, because of the story that we painted. And it's because, someone like you and I are about to take a decision. So we can create many, his name is FA, we can create many FAs all over Nigeria. So we developed that solution clearly. Now let's talk about what we are doing tonight. Our focus is on 2 areas. We call it solar home systems and standalone system. Solar home system, they are technologies, they are plug and play. It's something that anybody can install by themselves. They have 3 or 4 lighting points. They can charge mobile phone. Some have fans, some have radio, some have torch lights. We have them in different shapes and sizes. And about 3 of those technologies that we focus on right now. There's what we call Sunking Home 60. It has 3 lighting points, can charge your mobile phone. What else? Basically, that's what it can do. It's for, if you want to buy outrightly, if a customer wants to buy outrightly, that customer pays 30,000 naira. But we also created a fund, a payment by installments. So if you want to pay by installments, you give me the initial 3K down payment, and then every week you are paying 2,000 naira for 15 weeks, and then you own the system. So this can comfortably light a rural household, lighting point, mobile phone charging. There are extra additional product that can power fan. I'll come to that. So the second one we do is a Sunking Home 120. That one just has more lighting points. It's brighter. There's what we call the lumens. So it's more brighter than Home 60. Then we have Lemi Solar 10 watts. So Home 120 and Lemi Solar, they are 50K for each unit. So it's either you buy for cash at 50K, or we also create an instrumental payment for you. You deposit 5,000 and then you pay 3,500 every week for 15 weeks. You can pay more and get the system earlier than expected. So we offer 2 years warranty. The products are well certified by all, technicals, certification you can ever think of globally, not in Nigeria. Okay, solar home systems. There are bigger ones that can power fans. So there's a Lemi 60 watts. Lemi 60 watts can power a fan. It comes with the fan, really. 4 lighting points. It has a small inverter. You can plug your laptop. In fact, this one can also carry a small, a very small LED television. Okay, is either you buy a DC TV with it, or if you have a television that is energy efficient. This comes at 170K without the television. So with the fan and everything, 170, and we still create a payment system around it. This we can extend it more than 15 weeks. Can go as high as, I'm sure we can do one year or more. Okay. So Home 60 and Home 120, of course, by myself and with the privilege of meeting Pastor and also Oga Jonathan, we're already pushing this. In your community, let me use that word. We're thinking and hoping that you join us. So Lemi Solar 60 watts at 170K. The 100 watts also, you can see the specification. We share all this with all our agents. So we also created a model. Let me talk about that now. We created a model and I'm feeling that, okay, there's an opportunity. I'm a consultant in the space and I see a lot of funding opportunity beyond you making money from selling these products. Pastor will tell you how you can earn money. The world is moving to this space of clean energy, and there's so much funding that is supporting that space. Why? Because the world is trying to avoid climate change, and then there are grant funding, there are subsidies around it. So what did we do? We felt that we can also empower people by creating a network of agents all across the country. So we have presence in, right now, we've plugged into 26 states, running with some platform, 26 states. Ondo State is one of them, where people can earn money without distorting what they are currently doing. So you can be a student, you can be working, you can be a civil servant in Ondo State, you can be employed in a bank, you can be, side hustle, right? I'm not too sure anybody will prevent you from saying, oh, I'm using this solar system, I want to introduce it to you, and then you connect to us. That's all you need to do, and then you make money. There was a month that one of our agents earned 300,000 naira. And the guy works in civil service in Lagos State. He's not even a graduate. He's just one of the low-level officers. Just by introducing also people, he went home with 300K. And I asked him, what compared to your salary? He says, oh, guys, forget it. Don't even talk about my salary. I have not earned this in one sitting in many years. All right. So we felt that we can, using our network of opportunity to the funding platform, create an empowerment program for people. So you earn commission on each system you bring. That's number one. Number two, you earn carbon credits at the end of the payment for this system. So we give products out. You sell. And you've monitored, for those who pay by installments, you monitor the collections. Once they are fully paid, you get another level of income. Okay? And then beyond that, for customers who have bought those products, we are introducing another level now. I'm not sure I've told Pastor. For the clients who are fully paid, we do a rebate to them. We do what we call, so there's what we call in agriculture, you know, a rebate is that, okay, you have purchased these products, you have paid, you have met all the terms and conditions, we are giving you a rebate. It's like when you travel and you are buying products at the duty free. I hope you know, if you put all your receipts together, you can claim, you know, some refund when you get back to your country. So to tell them that the product you bought at the duty free, you took it really to your country to use. If you can prove it and send your receipt back, you get the rebate. I've done it several times. Most people don't know. When you buy products at duty free, keep your receipts. When you get back to your country, mail it back to whoever, and then they credit you. So you earn commission, you earn carbon credits, and the user also earn carbon credits. All those subsidies, they are funded, they are free. Okay, so just to give you an idea of the opportunity here. And like I said, it doesn't distort what you're doing. You're not taking a full-time job. Nobody can say, hey, there's conflict of interest. No, you're even making the world better. You let them know I'm improving people's lives. All right. So solar home system. Then we have the standalone system that is for, you know, SMEs, households, employed people, you know, civil servants, bankers, and the rest. And we have a scheme. I mean, this is the spreadsheet. So let me take a typical example of a Baba. So the system size for a Baba, let's look at item number one. I hope you can see clearly the slides, I mean the table. Let me take number one. So we sign agreement with many associations. We'll count on Pastor to enable us sign an agreement with maybe Babas in Ondo State. So we have agreement with Babas in Lagos, we have in Kogi State, we have in FCT now, we're exploring Ogun State, and some other states, okay? We're looking at Kaduna, Kano, We're looking at Gombe, okay, right? So for associations that we have agreement with, they don't need to bring 600,000 naira because that's what the system costs. What do? We ask them to bring 5% of the cost. I mean, very generous. I mean, people say, how are you able to do this? This is unbelievable. And the 5% is almost equivalent to the cost of buying that generator at Better Pass Manifold now. So they pay me 30K, or this is what you're going to sell to them. They pay you because you are now the businessman in your location. Let them know, pay me 30K. I will do the installation within 72 hours, max. And then the balance, you are paying me 5,000 naira for 125 weeks. And you own the system. Meanwhile, you have displaced the man from using generator. And remember, he spends averagely that amount, or if not more, on buying fuel for his generator. When we did this, people said, are you not charging interest? For us, we're even doing rebate. We're doing subsidy at the end of the payment. Because we have access to some pool of funding that we know is for the users, is to encourage people. So the word is concerned about what we call connections. How many people are you connecting to green energy? So if you do solar home system now, very likely the person might not be using kerosene lantern again. That's connection one. If I displace the barber shop along Obadisila Road in Akure now, that's connection number two. The guy is not using any polluting generator again. All right. So we have different cadres. So for the 500 watt system, it comes with a 200 amp hour battery. It comes with 3 or 4 solar panels, 500 watts or 540, and it works. We have 1 year warranty for all our technologies. For the solar home systems, it's 2 years. Anything happens to the system, we don't give any story. We just ship another product to you. You go to the customer, you withdraw the existing one because we have to return it to our manufacturers, and then you just deploy another one. No story. As long as that malfunctioning is not deliberate, it's not man-made, this is just manufacturer's defect. We change instantly. Now, let me also tell you one of the reasons, one of the ways you can earn carbon credit. Okay, I think it will be in, okay, it will be here, the process flow. Let me explain here. So how does it work? Number one, you approach a customer with a solar home system and say, you can adopt this technology. He either buys for cash or he says, can I pay small? All right. So the guy pays up front, you release the system to them instantly and install. Let me also remind you that you get your commission. Immediately the guy pays the upfront fee. We don't take anything for us. For us, it's that connection that is critical. But how do you get your commission? So if you sell today, you get your commission today. I think it's no. Your commission is due, is payable immediately. Okay, but because of records, we do it every month, the first 5 working days of the new month, right? But for you to qualify for that, there's only one thing you need to do. You need to help me fill, there's a card inside the system. It's called warranty card. They have to fill it. Their names, their address, their phone number, the date of purchase, and all. Just detach that and send to pastor. Pastor will have a way of sending it to us, and then we collate. And in the new month, because we pay monthly, you get your money. First 5 working days, or not before. So the upfront payment is expected to be remitted to the company. So the upfront payment is remitted to the company so that we can have record of payments. And then the agents, our pastor has a network of collecting the payments and remitting every month. Okay. The agent will take responsibility for collecting the balance. Okay. And then remitting to us. And we reconcile with the cards that we have. We say, okay, how many cartons have we sent out? How many payments have we received? Basically, some form of reconciliation. But what I'm trying to say here is, it is critical to get that warranty card signed, because this is what we're going to send to our partners and our funders to be able to qualify for carbon credit. Very important. For the rooftop solar, how does it work? Okay, so now we recently introduced another solution. So let me go back. We have solar home systems. That's product number one. We have stand-alone solar, product number two, for SMEs, small households, civil servants. There are some of these sizes can power for example, the first size, item number one, can power 4 or 5 lighting points, can take a fan, take a TV and decoder. So some houses can, two bedroom, mini flats, and the rest can use that. Charge your laptop and basically stop you from using that. I better pass my neighbor. Up to item number 8 that can power larger systems, more batteries, more panels, and we will share the breakdown of the components of each. And I think we've shared that with Pastor already. I'm sure Pastor will be happy to share with you. So that is SAS. We have SHS, SAS, and then the third one that we have introduced, we call it RTS, rooftop solar. So for the solar home system and standalone system, our company will have the funding to finance it. However, we have recently also gotten requests from many people for larger systems. I mean, there's one we're looking at now for a school near my house. My daughter actually, and my son attend that school. So they want to do a 5 kVA, 8 units of battery, solar, whatever. So what do? We collect, so that means you can also serve anyone. So you're not restricted to solar home system or standalone system or SMEs. Anybody that is in Nigeria is your target market. 200 million people. You have one thing or the other to sell. Why? Because all of us, you agree with me, all of us in Nigeria, we are angry, we are not happy about the power system. I have not seen anybody in Nigeria that say, oh, I'm happy. Well, maybe those guys in Aso Rock or those politicians taking our money, right? Because some of them, they don't even know how much the cost of diesel is, because it's funded from the budget. And Nigeria cannot continue to fund that any longer. The majority of people are just angry with the power system. So what you're selling is what you can sell to everyone. Okay. So if you come across larger system, oh, somebody says, I have a duplex, I have 2 air conditioners, I want to power it, I want to power my fridge and freezer, I want to do my pumping machine, you can deal with them. In fact, the commission is even sweeter. Imagine you do a job of 5 million and you are paying a person, even if it is 1%, you are getting of 5 million. That's 50K. I hope I'm correct. Good money, right? So all you need to do is you connect the customer, the potential customer, with through to Pastor. Pastor, has a network of engineers. Between us, we do a design, we send the costing to you. So customers show interest in solar system. We support the agents to carry out what we call energy audit. And energy audit is also what we teach you how to do. It's a very simple thing. You can do energy audit yourself. You don't need any engineer. All you need to do is, what do you have in your house, sir? I want to power television. What is the watt? I hope you know that your phone even has wattage. TV, fan. All you need to do is just check at the back of the, there's always a label on every appliance telling you the energy rating. So if the television is 40 watts, how many hours per day do you use this TV, okay? And what part of the day? Afternoon or evening? Your fan, well, how many watts? We know most fans are, we budget for fans for almost 12, 20 hours, because in the afternoon, a fan can be rolling, at night, it can also be rolling. So that's all you need to do energy audit. Appliances, number 1, how many watts? How long is it used? Appliance number 2, television, how many watts is it? How many hours do you put on your TV every day? Appliance number 3, fridge, how many watts is the fridge? How long is it? Is it on all the time? you collect that information. We will sit down and do a proper design and costing. So from 3, we do that design. From 4, we'll prepare an invoice and send to you. And then you get in touch with the client. The customer says, oh, I'm interested. I want this solution, but I don't have the money. That's very likely 90% of people you are going to be talking to. That's what they say. I like them getting to that point. I know that I've made a sale already. Oh, I'm interested. This looks very good. But sorry, I don't have money. My marketing skill comes to play. I have a solution for you, sir. I mean, I can fund this thing. You don't have to pay, the full amount now. I can create a finance for you that is cheaper than the way you are generating power right now. So the customer says, okay, give me that information. There's a form they will fill. Now go back to our financiers for rooftop solar. But remember, up to standalone system, we have the capacity to fund this. So we have financiers that we're working with. They process the funding. They get in touch with the customer because they also know where do you work, your 6 months statement of account, this and that. They don't collect collateral. The collateral is okay, you have a job or you have an income that you are earning. We are taking a charge on that equipment. We have a way around this anyway. Okay, and then we raise the loan, we process the loan. The funder, interestingly, will pay us in full. We'll go and do the installation. The financier will now be collecting their money from the customer. So you and I, will share the money that we have made between ourselves, and we move on to the next customer. Why the bank is worrying on how to collect their money. Although we also support them because, I mean, there's after sales service, there's warranty, so we work hand in hand. And I can tell you, people are worried that, are you sure they will pay you? 95% of the time, we have been paid for every job that we have done in the last 6 years. Okay, so that's the process. We put the records together. You get your commission up before the 5th of the new month. And then we say, next customer. Okay. We've done several things, barber shops. We've done irrigation farms. We've done solar dryers. So there's what we call energy, agric, and energy, food, water nexus. So, water pumping, food processing, and the rest, grinding machine. These are pilots we did with Ministry of Environment. This one is in Maiduguri. We did this. This is in Buari district of FCT. It's a solar drying equipment. This is in Kayama in Kwara State. It's a solar grinding equipment. We've done several training. We built capacity. Recently, I was made the executive director of the leading energy academy in West Africa that is training on solar, based in Nigeria. And I must tell you, this is what powers my house. I have more panels than this now. I have 8 batteries, inverter, charge controllers, and I can tell you these batteries have gone over 8 years. Right? So quality is, there's no issue of, are you sure? There's warranty behind it. Okay. Now, see this picture here. How many of us can see this picture? Where you see one guy and one woman exchanging, with a picture of a well-known man behind it. How many of us know this man? I was born in CAC, so don't mind me. This was November 26, 2012, when I did the exchange with my mother. And I told her, give me your kerosene lantern, then I will give you a solar lamp. And ever since then, my mother has not bought 1 liter of kerosene because she does not have a kerosene lantern anymore. Very revolutionary. When that happened, I just knew that a window of opportunity has opened. So today, I go to schools and I tell children that, look, while I was in school, I used kerosene lantern for 5 years, every night. But the world has moved beyond what I grew up with. You have solar lantern now to read. My children, I mean, it's a revolution. I can't tell you in this meeting how revolutionary this has been for me. Just because one day I just woke up like we are having this evening, and I listened to someone say, look, there's a huge business opportunity in this market. And I left banking to come and do what I'm doing here. I tell people all the time, please, let's put solar there on your rooftop, and you'll never remain the same again. So I look forward to working with all of us. Number one, what we are doing has about 3 benefits. The first one is that it has economic impact. What do we mean? People make money. People are making money on this space we're talking about every day, every second. People are making money. Both the manufacturer, the distributors like ourselves, the entrepreneurs that have put solutions together, agents across everywhere who are just introducing solar to people and making money. Customers who are deploying solar, they're saving themselves of money, expenses that they should have spent on buying petrol or kerosene. Installers who are being trained every day to do the installation. I mean, the value chain is just endless. And let me tell you also again, and I'll close with this. This is the sector that is replicating what mobile telephony did in Nigeria. How do I mean? Before GSM came, Nigeria had average of about 400,000 lines, half of them not working, 90 lines. Today, Nigeria has more mobile connection than population. We have more SIM, I mean, of course, some people have 2 SIM cards. We have more SIM lines than the number of people in Nigeria, over 200 million, you know. So you can imagine how revolutionary. In those days, for us, when we want to make a call, we'll be waiting for a time like this, either dead in the night or early in the morning. We'll go and queue in one Nitel booth somewhere in GRA, waiting in the line to make a call to somebody in the US. I mean, I can't imagine how we lived in those days. Today, you can, where you are now, you don't even need to make a call, send WhatsApp to anybody, anywhere in the world. Probably it's only heaven you cannot send a message to. Anywhere, Australia, name it. Split second, the guy has received your message. But in those days, we used to go and queue for hours just to say hello. I send $1. Today is just an SMS, right? It is only this revolution, solar, that will match what has happened in telephony in Nigeria. Because I can guarantee you, everybody will at some point say, I don't need the grid. I mean, for me, even my office in Ogba is completely disconnected from any kind of power source. We are not connected to the grid. And we have been using solar for 5 years. I welcome you to this revolution. But put it down in 5 years' time, you remember that we had a session somewhere and you were lucky to plug in. And I use this as an example for myself. So when mobile telephony came into Nigeria, I was returning from a trip. I think it was 2002. I can't remember. I visited my friend in Germany, and I saw how I saw them carrying one small devices, all of them. Hello. They go and buy a recharge card with the charge to the phone. I was just wondering, this is luxury in Nigeria. Mobile phone? I mean, I was looking at them like big boys. And then, as I was returning, the GSM license were released. And my brother-in-law there was telling me, oh boy, go and take position in that field. Oh. That is going to be very big in Nigeria. I didn't understand what he was saying. So when I got to Nigeria, I set up a company. I was thinking, should I leave banking at that time? I was a deputy manager or so. But my heart failed me. I was, hey, if I go and jump, where will I save money? I'll feed family. Let me tell you, some of my friends who left banking then and went into telecommunications, I mean, that was one boss I missed that I regretted. And I told myself that any other boss that is coming, I will not even tell, I won't think twice. I will even tell my wife. I will just jump on that train and tell, Madam, I don't jump on this train. No, I won't miss this one again. And I was lucky to jump on the train of, renewable energy, particularly solar. And I'm inviting you guys to take this very seriously. is an opportunity to create wealth for all of us. Thank you, Pastor. I hope I didn't take too much time.
No, you're okay, sir. Thank you so very much, sir. I hope we all have gained one way or the other. And I want to believe that our CEO has succeeded in, in those days, during debates, you will say, I hope I've succeeded in which convincing you, not confusing you. So I really hope we have learned from this. Can we take questions very quickly, please? Can we take questions? Please, does anybody have a question? If you have a question, the lines, I think you are unmuted. I think you can just go ahead and speak directly. Anybody with a question? Or you need a clarification? Yes, Olubumi, you want to ask a question?
Yes, sir. Good evening,
Yep.
sir. And to our guest speaker, thank you very much for all the information. Okay, my question is, we are in Nigeria. So, in cases where buyers, perhaps they refuse to pay, or maybe they just come up with some kind of situation, and then
Your system is looking for a form of noise.
hello, sir?
I can barely hear you.
Okay, I'm asking that we are in Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then in cases where buyers refuse to pay, what do we do, or what system is put in place now to get them paying or to ensure that they pay?
Okay, thank you so much, Nora, for that question. Yes, initially, many of us, we had that same school of thought coming from banking. Nigerians, they don't pay for anything, okay? But I can tell you that, someone like me has been proven wrong. That's number one. However, what we're doing is also to say, well, put in all, hedge all your risk, mitigate all your risk. So we have solutions that have a technology called pay as you go. Let me see if I can, let me check any of those systems to see anyone that has that feature. Okay. Okay, so let me share the screen so you can see. So they have a technology, a payment system, where customers will have to, remotely can make payments either through their mobile phone, and then it's remotely monitored. So for example, this Lemi Solar here, you can see some key part here. So we have a software that customer will pay, they get a token, they go and put the token on the system, and the system comes on. If they exhaust that credit, the system goes off. Just like your mobile phone. When you buy a recharge card of 1,000, once you have finished making calls, you cannot call again until you buy another one. Simple, business model that we are adopting. So most of those larger systems have that feature, right? So that's one way of, hedging that risk. However, for us, we ran for about 5 years without deploying that technology, and most of our barber shops, they have paid. Why? Because we go through associations. We work through the associations. So they introduce the next customer to us. They also, they control themselves, they monitor themselves. A customer who is owing us now, we just call the chairman. Chairman, last but this guy is not paying you. Are you serious? He's not paying. They have a task force. They say, task force, go and lock up the shop. And those guys, they don't want to you know, they know belonging to an association is very important for them. So they quickly pay up and then they get their shops open. But if you are scaling, if you want to, that's when you are dealing with 1,000, 2,000 customers. If you want to deal with 1 million, 2 million, you cannot continue to do that. So technology comes in, and we're deploying that already now. So our systems, some of them are now remotely monitored. We can, from our office, disconnect the customer who is not paying, especially for larger systems. And then when he pays, we reconnect you. And if you refuse to pay, we'll just go and repossess the system and move on to the next customer. I hope that meets your expectation.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Bumi. Please,
You're welcome, sir.
can we have any other question? Any other person with a question, please?
Hello, sir.
Jonathan.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Well done, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Ogadaji talked about the solar dryers and other facilities like that. Can we readily get them available in case there's demand, like the dryer and those kind of stuff?
Oh, yes, we can make that. I mean, that's available if we have a demand for it. Yes, I mean, for example, irrigation, dryers, and press. It is possible.
Well, it's better to have a demand first.
Yes, no, it's a demand. These are demand driven. The customer will see, you know, we have a farm or a company who says I need this. We will do the energy auditing, we'll do the sizing. For example, the solar dryers that we did, we had to bring them all the way from India. It took about a month or two. So we planned for it, but I'm sure we can source solar dryers, even solar water heaters. I'm installing one in my house now. We have so specific needs. We can meet them. Just a little bit time to get the products.
All right, thank you, sir.
Any other, please?
Hello.
Please come on.
Okay. Well done. My question is, do you think that a lot of persons will not want to make some kind of comparison between the prices for the products you're talking about here and those of other providers, for instance, like the MTN solar inverter? Unfortunately, I have no idea how much it is going for now, but I'm just considering a situation where, for instance, those ones are a lot cheaper than what we have here. I'm not sure, but if it's like that, I don't know. Would you be in the future looking at maybe cutting down the prices or something if it is like that? I wish I could say how exactly it is now, the price for other ones. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. My experience in the industry is that there's no competition between people like us and MTN Lumos. The real competition is people who use the alternatives that we're trying to get away from them. So my competition right now, my competitor is generator and kerosene lantern. That's number one. Number two, we try not to compete on prices because product specifications are different. MTN has I must be honest with you, they have a good quality system that is certified and the rest. However, solar energy particularly is designed for purpose, okay? I know I've gotten a bit of feedback on MTN system. Why? Because one of the feedback is that the system cannot power my existing fan, my existing TV. I will have to buy the TV and fan from, Lumos to be able to enjoy, those, comfort. All right. The second one I've also had is that in the long run, MTN Lumos is more expensive than some of those technologies that people like us are pushing. Why? Because I think they pay up to 5 years. I mean, by the time you add the numbers of what you are paying, I think it's about, is it 4,000 or 5,000 naira per month or so? For 5 years, I can make that technology available at a cheaper rate than what they are pushing. But like I'm saying, we don't see ourselves as competitors. They have their own pricing, their own model, their own quality. That's it. I have mine. The quality I provide might be different from the quality they provide. Their own might even be better than my own. I'm just saying, I'm not saying mine is better than theirs. My target market might be different. All right. But of course, the value we offer is the value that is more important now. Pricing is, when somebody says this one is cheaper, I ask them, can I see the tech specification that somebody is giving you? Batteries are different, for example. There's lithium battery, there's legacy, there's one batteries that, don't last long. There's some that last for almost forever, like the one in my house, 10 years. Can you believe that the battery can last for 10 years? The regular battery, inverter battery. The experience of Nigerians is that, 3 months, 6 months, the thing don't die. I mean, it's because you are buying cheap, right? Okay, so, but we ensure that our pricing is not excessively, our margin is not excessively high to make our products affordable. We'll try to avoid that. Why? Because we also know that there are other benefits that we are getting beyond the margin we are putting on top of the product. Talked about carbon credit, subsidies. We have recently been listed by the Nigerian Rural Electrification Agency to also access some subsidy from their own end to support. So I can tell you, averagely people have told me that our product seems to be relatively affordable and competitive in terms of price. But where we see a situation where apple for apple, I'm selling Lemon Solar, another person is selling Lemon Solar, I doubt if they will be able to take me out of competition pricing wise, because I mean I deal directly with the manufacturers, and I also I return the subsidy that I get. I share it with my agents and the customer. Some people don't do that. Okay, but where that comes up, please let us know, and we'll sit down and look at the products and compare and show, okay, if this product is better than mine and it's cheaper than mine, then that means I have to review my business model. We are open to that.
Thank you very much, sir. Any other question? I saw Dr. Mrs. Okori. Ngozi.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, okay. Udochi.
Yeah, I was going to find out what is the average range of solar available for home systems at the moment, because we might be approaching different home capacities. So can we have what is available in the shelf as at the moment? And assuming they want to, if we want to market, sometime they want to see, before they start negotiating, can we have some of them available as we market on the street? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, we definitely, sharing information with Pastor on the available products on ground. What we have also done recently is when we are seeing that the product is in high demand, so customers say, oh, can I get this one that is this? Oh, I saw this one with my friend. Can you get this? We also telling our manufacturer, please get us this product. In fact, there's one product now, it's called Home 600 that we're also quickly adding to the collection that we have, because someone from Kaduna is asking for that product. Please, we will make available any product that is required if it's on demand. Okay. Yes, I think that's the first question. The second question, permitting, sorry, was around yes, sample products. So what we do is we send products to all our agencies, right? I mean, just say, tell me how many units you want. I mean, if Pastor says I need 20 cartons of home 60 or 120 today, or let me so that I will make it available. And then because we don't want a situation where somebody needs a product and it's taking 3 days to supply. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So one of those things we want to introduce now is a minimum order level for all our agencies, and say when you are this stock level, please let us know. We'll ship more products to you. So we are ready to send products down that you can take and show them. You know, I mean, if you have products with Pastor in Akure, I'm sure it's easy for you to let people see what the product is like.
Thank you, sir. And
Thank you, sir.
One other thing that we're planning to do is especially to make this marketing or sales easier for you. From the slides, we're going to generate something like a booklet. The pictures will be there. The descriptions of the products will also be there, so that if anybody asks you, you can just let them know, okay, this is what we have. This is what is available. Of course, the prices are known to you. The prices we're not going to put on that kind of booklet, but it will be known to you. And so it will help, instead of us demanding for products that would be like sample products, because if agents in 26 states are taking samples, it won't be easy on the organization. But then one other thing that pays off for us is the possibility of benefiting from the carbon credit that Doctor has explained. And just like he said, it's some form of rebate. And it's as good as you getting a rebate for selling. I want to let us know that there are filling stations in Lagos that are running on solar. There are hotels that are running on solar. So it's not only for homes, it's not only for offices, etc. So I think as much as we can flex our muscles, not as much as we can get. Thank you very much. Any other person, please? Any other person, please? Okay, I can see, can an agent also provide the services of an installer in a way to avoid delays with installation? Of course, if you can install. Okay, anyway, let me allow Doctor.
Yes, sir.
There's a question.
Okay, so yes, I just saw it now. Yes, the model we run is that we don't handle installations all the way from Lagos. I mean, for example, the installation to be done in Akure, and I'm thinking all the way from Lagos. It doesn't even make any business sense. So we work with our partners to complete. You know, even we've noticed that recent, even solar home systems. People are saying, "Oh, come and install it for me in my house now." It's a plug and play, something you can do, you know. So, but even for larger systems, yes, we don't wait. Our partners, we work with them to do the installation. If they can do it, very good. Otherwise, if they cannot do it, we ask them who locally can do this installation. It's also a way to empower someone to create a job for that person instead of sending someone all the way from Lagos. That would be more expensive. So in Kaduna today now, where our agent in Kaduna, Demog Energy, installed a 1.5 kilowatt solution. Is an engineer, okay? And our agent in Abuja, Excellent Theophilus, just completed a 2 kilowatt solution. I mean, 8 batteries, you know, how many panels? Almost 8 panels, 5 kV inverter, larger system. And he's the one that did it. And then they also earn the installation cost. So we charge for installation and we transfer that charge to the installer who has handled it. So we can earn the cost of installation and earn your commission. Yes, it's possible.
Thank you, sir. Any other question? Any other question, please? I would want a situation where we can ask as many questions as possible now, so that we'll be hearing directly from the source. But if not, well, Ayomide, you have a question? John, Iyanu, any question? Hello? Hello? Okay. In the absence of any other question, that means we should be calling it quits at this moment. Let me say a big thank you to you, sir.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Olayinka can hear you.
Okay, so
Yes,
maybe,
sir, we can hear you, sir.
maybe network
can hear
from
you, sir.
Pastor. Yeah, maybe network from Pastor. Yeah, but let's just hold on for it.
I was saying thank you so very much, sir, for allowing yourself to be used to initiate this revolution. And of course, also this empowerment scheme. I pray that we'll all be able to look back and thank God for this. Thank you so very much once again, sir. Let me appreciate everyone. Just like I said, after this, we'll be getting back at each one of us and expecting that we'll begin to make necessary inquiries. I already have some 1, 2, 3 people that have indicated their needs. Please, let's take needs, and if necessary, please call us. We'll be doing, we won't be able to print cards, but we could have something like an identification medium for everyone who is on this sub-agency, so that at least we can know ourselves, and just in case you need to identify yourself anywhere. But of course, like I said, if there's any need, please feel free to make a call. We'll be following ourselves up. If you can't reach me immediately, of course, I'm sure you can reach me anyway, but then Jonathan is the one coordinating this project after me. Let me appreciate you once again, sir, Dr. Adaju.
Pleasure, sir. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. So we'll release you, sir, to go and enjoy your solar bit for tonight.
Thank you so much, and have a good evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
So much, sir.